He is a captain, a funny and witty person, a lover of bagels, and lastly, loves to stream games on Twitch. We have here Captain Starlord. Hello, Captain Starlord. Hello,
What's
hello.
up, man?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Hope you're doing well as well.
Little intro about myself. I'm Captain Starlord. I've been streaming for about 5 years now. It's like Wavy said, I love bagels, horror movies, horror games, and
Mood.
anything video game related. So
Yeah, that's very nice for your nice introduction. But first of all, Captain, I am so happy that we get to do our WavyTalks today. I've been actually wanting to message you ever since Jesse and I's interview came out. When you comment down below, I was like, oh my god, he actually commented because if you remember, in the interview, we did talk about you a little bit and how awesome you were. Yeah, and I was like,
Jesse's an awesome person.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to interview this guy, and then here we are, and I'm very grateful that you are here with us doing this interview. Yeah, I really appreciate it. So you did mention in the beginning, or like an introduction, that you did start streaming for 5 years. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's just 5 years hit this year, and it kind of hit me like, oh my gosh, that's a long time.
That's crazy. That's crazy for 5 years, and people have been doing it for how many years as well. So I want to ask, how did you get started with Twitch streaming?
So I have been playing video games since pretty much I could walk. My parents got me a Nintendo 64 when I was super young. I had some surgery done when I was a child. I think I hurt myself. I don't know. No details there, but yeah, I've been playing video games ever since. And how I got started with Twitch, it was so weird because when people asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, there were 3 answers.
What were the answers?
They would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And as I, grew up and matured, the answers changed, and obviously that happens when you grow up. But
yeah,
I remember I said I would want to work at Blockbuster, which was like a 90s
video Blockbuster, which it doesn't exist anymore, right? It's gone?
There is one left in the United States.
Oh my god.
I don't know how it still exists because of Netflix, Hulu, and streaming, but there you go. Number awesome. 2 was Costco. It's a wholesale place where you can get like food in bulk. And then the 3rd was playing video games for people. And this was like
before
late
Twitch
90s,
existed.
Yeah, and people are like, that's not a thing. And like my mom would be like, don't play video games, it's a waste of time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exactly. I'm just like, man, but I love video games. So when I was in college, I went to college at UCF. I was in the library and I was supposed to be studying, and an advertisement came up for Twitch, and it's like streaming video games. I'm like, that's weird. Well, there's YouTube. Why is there a video game streaming service?
Yeah.
So I clicked on the link and I looked, and there was a game that had just came out. It's called Stardew Valley. It's very popular now.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I looked into it, and just like anyone does on Twitch nowadays, they kind of they scroll on the streamers and like, oh, look, these people are streaming live. That's so unique compared to YouTube.
Yeah.
And I saw a gentleman, his name on Twitch is Insane Aesthetic, and I clicked on his Twitch. And I remember being super nervous because it's like, this is live. This is like, what am I doing here?
That's me first time on Twitch. I also did that. Yeah.
And eventually, an hour went by, and I was like, hey man, this game is really cool. You're really good at this. He was like my senpai when it comes to Twitch, because up till that moment, I didn't know it was a thing. Yeah. And then watching him do it, he's like, dude, you should do this. And I'm like, nah, I can't do this,
Yeah, I got you.
And that was my starting. I started streaming off my PlayStation, just randomly.
Back in the days as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you go through my clips, at the very beginning, you can see some really cringe, as the kids say, clips. But that's how it started.
I really love how your first story started off with you wanting to grow up and play video games for us, because that was before Justin TV existed, YouTube existed, and then Twitch existed. It's awesome that you kind of manifested the job that you wanted. It's pretty cool. Actually, I love that. And then how you started to play off of a PS4. You used the share button on the PS controller, right, to start. Oh yeah, I relate to that as well. I relate to that as well. I used to do that back in the days in like 2018, 17 when I didn't have a PC. Oh my god, I used to use the PS4 share button to stream on Twitch and things like that. It was difficult. It was difficult to do.
Is.
You couldn't see chat, no alert boxes, things like that.
No, I'd be pulling up my phone. I'd be one of like 2 viewers on my phone. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, hi, hello, how are you? Thank you for being in the chat. Oh, you're gone. Okay, bye.
Yeah, and sometimes it would get delayed, like the delays of the chats and things like that. Oh my god, yeah, it's crazy. But I love how we upgraded our setup to professional mics, professional PC setups and things like that. It's crazy how we grow from our setups. But what made you want to become a streamer? Since, yeah, when you were a kid, you wanted to grow up playing games for some people.
So like I said before, like I've always had a passion for video games. For video games especially, it's that immersive storytelling. There's thousands of video games out there, but the ones that really are near and close to my heart are the ones that you kind of jump in, and it's, some people will call it escapism, where they're, you know, dealing with something like mental health, and
true,
they're dealing with something and they play it to escape. But for me, it's that storytelling element where it grabs you in like the first hour. Like BioShock, Last of Us, like that, those intros and starting stories of like, oh my gosh, I'm in this world, and it's crazy. And I guess with that passion for video games, for me wanting to get into streaming, it was and it still is to this day. Yeah, it's never been about like money, viewers, people. Yep, true. For me, when I got started, it kind of paved the road a little bit for me, because at first it was just like, hey, I just want to play video games online. I think that'd be cool. But it also became just meeting people. Like, do you know how many people around the world I have met just by streaming? I know I'm just a small streamer, but like I've met Jessie Jester.
Really? You met her?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, and the funniest thing is, like, I've met these people like at their humble beginnings. Like, I met Jessie when she had like 100 followers. Oh. And we're all doing the follow for follow thing, but like, you know, you're going through that list and you're like, these people are weird. Not to be mean, but then like, yeah. Some of these people stick out. Like Jessie Jester has such a great heart, and there's the type of streamer that you go into their chat and like they make your day better just by welcoming. Yeah. Another one is Drew Bearded. I'm not trying to just give shout outs here.
No, you're good. Don't worry.
Drew Bearded does the same thing, where like every single stream you walk into, like he remembers you, he knows your name, he makes your day extremely better. And I guess to answer your question, like that's why I wanted to be a streamer. I wanted to be like Insane Aesthetic when I first found Twitch. I wanted to help make people's day better, because you never know what people are going through.
Yeah, that's very true. And like I came to your stream, I was like last night, and I was about to go to bed to inform you about the interview, and then you were positive vibes. I like the positive vibes that you got from from this, like introducing people. I feel like you got it from Jessie, because you kind of were you inspired to stream just from Jessie, if I'm correct?
Absolutely, yes. I get my inspiration from her and a couple other streamers, but it's that positive nature that she has that definitely inspires me.
Yeah, that's very great. Yeah, because when I came in, because when you go to Jessie's stream, she is so energetic, so happy, positive vibes, and then you kind of do the same thing as well when you're with her. When you do that, it's very crazy, you know, like how all of the things that you love from that stream, where you kind of take it from them, because it's like inspiration, you know?
Yeah.
Very true there. So what do you think sets your Twitch channel apart from others in your niche? Like, what do you think?
I definitely say dancing.
Really?
We do this weird thing where like anytime we get a new subscriber, we'll do a sub dance, and we will just dance around and have a good time, just to get excited for people in the stream. Yeah. What else? We do the classic Owen Wilson wow. I don't know. I guess I know a lot of streamers try to make sure that their viewers are like taken care of, but I guess like every time we have a viewer or a follower that has just been there for a while, like I try to make sure that they feel like they have a permanent spot in my stream. Like it doesn't matter if they come back a year from now, like they know they have like a home spot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you there. But like I love how your niche like attracts every viewer, you know? Like you have a spot for them every time, like kind of like a Discord server where they're always there. Not really, you know, permanent for like it's kind of like a permanent spot for them every time that they stick on to. And the dancing though, I love that. I haven't seen the dance yet, but I think there's a lot of clips out there.
Just you wait.
Yeah, there's a lot of clips out there. I can see that. But what do you think attracts and retain viewers on your channel?
I think it's that nature of empathy and caring, like I said before. I think the moment you change your attitude of Twitch to this is all about numbers, this is all about money, I think that's when you kind of lose it. Not mentioning names, but like I feel like when people get a certain clout or a certain popularity with their Twitch or TikTok or whatever, I almost feel like that changes them a little bit. Whereas I try very hard to not let the numbers determine who I am as a streamer. Every single time I stream, I promise my viewers that I'm gonna have the best stream with them. And if I'm going through something that day, if something is happening the matter with me, I'm gonna message them on Discord and be like, hey guys, you'll never believe this, but it took me 2 hours to get home today. So I'm sorry, but we will do this another day.
Updating, which is important, like announcements.
But I don't want to give them like a stream that they're not going to want to watch, I guess. Like if I go live, it's going to be 100% a stream that they will like, I guess.
Yeah, I get you there. Yeah, I love how you pointed out the fact that people start off like their content creation if regarding to money or fame or like things they love. And I love how this whole thing that you love doing content creation, it's all about what you love, and it's all about not about the money and the fame. Because if I can tell you right now, if someone gets monetized on a social media platform, their lives are gonna change, which I think it does happen a lot frequently to other streamers. Which is a little bit sad, but I think that's how they kind of change, you know? It's pretty sad. But speaking of your whole content creation on 5 years and with this name CaptainStarLord, how did you come up with the name CaptainStarLord?
It all started when the first Guardians movie came out, I think in 2014. I'd always been a Captain America guy. I love Captain.
All right.
Everything that he does, like the pure at heart, he does the right thing 100% of the time. It's a good image. Like it's a good way to like live life. Try to do your best and whatnot. When I saw Guardians for the first time and I met Star-Lord, I was like, oh my god, that's who I want to be. Because at the time, like I was not that extroverted at all. Like I had just started a new job and I did not know how to talk to people. But through Twitch and through my job and just through like growing up, like I kind of slowly became the person I wanted to be, like that my younger self wanted to be. Dancing, having a good time, being positive, meeting new people. So I guess merging these two entities together, Captain and Star-Lord, and basically that's how the username came about.
So it's about the two idols that you love.
Yes.
Okay, I love those types of combination names where people they idolize something and then they kind of connect it. I love those kinds of names, actually. It's pretty nice. How old are you when you first made the name CaptainStarLord? Were you very young?
That was 2014. Quick math here. It's
15.
2023 now.
15.
Oh, okay. So I was like 21, 23. It was like my early 20s when I came up with that.
Yeah, my dogs are fighting.
I love your dogs. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're fighting in the background right now. Speaking of your natural life, since I know that you have your own natural life as well. So you have your family, friends, school, work, and things like that. How do you balance the demands of streaming with other aspects of your life, such as work, school, or family obligations?
That is a hard question. I know we talked about these questions beforehand, but I did.
You wrote it down.
I guess for life balance, it is the utmost importance to have a balance of all things. not just to be 100% work, not just to be 100% family, 100% friends, 100% streaming.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like when you put too much in one bucket, it definitely shows in the others.
Yeah.
For example, I think the first couple of years I started streaming, like I definitely went super hardcore, not like hardcore, but I lived, breathed, and did everything Twitch.
I get ya.
I didn't really get to hang out with my family that much. I didn't get to hang out with my friends that much. And I kind of had the realization during COVID, unfortunately, is like I'm putting a lot of time into this. And it's not unnecessary time. It's just I need to make sure I'm really allocating some of that time to my family, my friends, my partner, because I don't want to lose that with them, but I also don't want to lose what I have here, because what I have with Twitch is a very phenomenal thing. I have
it's
many,
what you love.
friends, and exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was one of the questions that we talked about, but if I did not have Twitch through COVID, I don't know where I would be today. Not anything negative or sad, but I streamed a lot during our quarantine in the US.
I could
because
imagine.
that's all I did. I was living by myself, and I kept in contact through people through Twitch and Discord. So I'm very appreciative of all the friends that I made during those years.
Yeah, I totally get you. And I know how COVID changed everyone's lives from living in a pandemic and things like that. Because I know for a fact that when the pandemic started, everyone started streaming. They returned back to streaming, things like that. But if it isn't too bad of a question to ask, but you are since you have been since we're kind of like back to the normal life on our lives, I think you have been making some time for your family, your work, and your school, if I'm correct.
Yes.
It's very nice, yeah, actually. Yeah, and then sometimes we just stream just for fun, or like we have the time, yeah, things like that. But I do love how your life changed, like the realizations that we did. Because I know a lot of people I know that a lot of people I know a lot of people like did some learnings throughout themselves, like throughout the pandemic. I know that a lot of happened, things like that, everybody changed, everybody learned, things like that. It's pretty nice, yeah. But since we're talking about life changing towards your whole life, what are some of the biggest challenges you faced as a Twitch streamer?
I would definitely say, like, at the very beginning, I know everyone has this challenge, but it's the challenge to keep going. That first year, that second year is so hard if you don't find your niche, your following, your friends, because you're essentially streaming to yourself and you're talking to yourself. And if you don't have anyone chat, you got to keep that positive image. Otherwise, the moment someone jumps in and they're like, oh, well, who's this guy? He's not even saying anything. You lose it. Definitely, that was one of the biggest hurdles that I had until I found my niche, my community.
Yeah.
What else? Definitely, from what we said before, finding that balance with life.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times like something has happened in my personal life, and I will bring it up. I've had, unfortunately, several deaths in the family.
Yeah.
And guess trying to find time to stream through that has been difficult, but also like giving myself enough time.
True.
Because I want to make sure that I'm giving myself time for those times, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then obviously just the technical issues of streaming sometimes.
Oh, that's very frequent.
Literally last month I had to reset my entire computer back to factory settings because
oh my Lord.
There was a glitch with the camera driver. Exactly. So all that being said, like there will always be hurdles, but I guess it's just like how you go about it, how you react to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of obstacles that would go around in your life, like again, the keep going thing, like the keep going, because sometimes, as for me as well, if you don't talk, it's hard to not speak while streaming. It's hard because sometimes if we game, we go like this. We'd be like, all right, then have fun. But for streaming, you have to talk in general, and then your throat gets dry and things like that. Yeah, I totally get your feeling on keeping it going for the viewers, and then again making time with the family. That's also very important. And the technical difficulties, the worst case scenario is to reset the PC. Oh my god, I could not imagine.
I'm not gonna tell you I cried, but at the same time, like,
I get you there.
I lost so much. I had to literally rebuild my stream from the ground up, which was honestly kind of therapeutic, I guess, because like I had these same overlays and different things for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But it was also like saying goodbye to all of that. So like it looks very similar, but like to me, it's like, this is not the same castle that I've been building for 5 years. This is a brand new castle. But at the same time, you know, it's nice, you know, it's like a new beginning.
Yeah, it's really sad because you stuck with the same one, with the same project. Oh my god. I want to tell you, being a content creator for 6 years and stopping all the series, I felt what you said right there. Yeah.
And like I've built this PC. Like I built this PC with what I've earned from Twitch. And it's something I haven't really brought up, but like I always just put it back into whatever I'm doing with Twitch. So it's I'm not Mr. Beast. I don't earn that much, but like at the same time, like I feel like I'm so grateful for what I have accomplished and all the friends that I've made, because I wouldn't be streaming on a PC right now without it.
Yeah, and on the growth from the beginning of the PS4 share, yeah, that's yeah, we evolve from the continuous. It's very fun. It's very awesome as well. But since you have mentioned the 3 biggest challenges you faced, how did you overcome them? How did you fix them?
Definitely in the beginning, that what I said, where you're kind of just streaming to yourself. I guess it wasn't just streaming. I kept looking for that community.
Yeah.
And I did finally find it. Several people, also Doodle Drifter, he's another amazing streamer and amazing content creator. I found this group of people, and they were family to me, and they helped get me from that step to like several steps forward. And I probably would not be streaming here without them today. I feel like everyone has that point where they're like, you know what, I'm gonna stream one more time, and if it doesn't work out, it just wasn't work out for me. And I was streaming Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I remember just having several of their community, both the Twitch streamers and the followers, just come in and make my stream feel like an actual stream. Whereas like for the last 2 years, I'd been streaming to myself, and I just went, oh my god. And I know they weren't being fake with me. They were being so genuine. They're like, oh my gosh, you're really good at this. Like, we really like the content that you're creating. You're not just, you know, 90% of the Twitch streamers we see. Like, you bring something different to the table, and we enjoy that.
Yeah. But I love how he motivated you back to streaming again.
Oh yeah, that their whole group, they were called the Biscuit Bandits, and
oh, I get ya. I think I heard of that before.
Yeah, they were good. Unfortunately, I think Just Doodle is streaming now, but I'll always appreciate what they did.
Yeah, that's very nice of what they did, because you know, you were like collapsing down, you were falling from all the problems you felt, and then having a friend beside you with all the problems made you wanted to stream again. It's very heartwarming for that to happen. It's it's very nice. Yeah. It's
let's see here. The other 2 hurdles. As far as deaths go, like that has been something that has been killing my mental health these last couple of years, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
To be personal, I had never really considered therapy because of my upbringing. I had some not good stuff happen with my parents.
Yeah.
And I guess I had just always been afraid to talk to a therapist about anything. Yeah. But after my grandma passed a year ago, I basically did something that was really hard for me to do, and that was say I need help.
Yeah.
So I reached out, and I got a therapist, and I've been going through therapy since last December. And I can tell you, it's definitely like taken a bunch of burdens off my back.
Yeah.
I feel like now that I have someone that I can talk to, that I can vent to, that I can message at 1 o'clock in the morning and be like, oh my God, I miss my grandma. It's definitely helped me, but also like I've seen an improvement in myself where it comes to my mental health, where I have extracurricular things like Twitch or wanting to see a movie with friends. Like I see a positive change because of it.
Yeah,
so
the growth.
That definitely helps me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the growth from all of the struggles, because when you have the struggles, and then you're kind of learning how on growing up, like you're growing up, like how it fixes, yeah, the growth from all the problems, and then the outcomes and what happens. It's pretty nice how that happens. But it's crazy how you know, how you experience this, because sometimes we just see the streamer being so happy and things like that, updating things like that, but we never really get to know what they're actually feeling behind the camera.
And I have the best. I know I keep shouting people out, but like I have the best moderators ever. Behind, it's like you said, behind the scenes, you have no idea what's going on. And I try so hard to like destroy that veil between streamer to viewer. Like, not in the sense of like not professionalism, but like if you come into my stream, I want you to know what's going on. Like, I think I've even started a couple streams off that, like, hey, just let you guys know, I'm going through a hell of a time right now, XYZ. So if I seem off, that is why. Yeah. And we can talk about it later, but let's have a good time now. And I guess that's why I said my moderators are just so sweet, because they will message me on Discord and say, hey, here's some really good mental health TikToks to watch. And we really
love that.
Yeah. Like,
I love that.
They're the best.
Yeah, I love how you have supportive moderators throughout your whole struggles. It's very amazing. And sending you mental health TikToks, oh my god, I love that.
Same.
I love that as well. Yeah, but to be honest with you, seeing the growth again since you're starting to stream again, and then all of the overcomes, I have the next question for you. But what are your long-term goals for your Twitch channel? Since again you did kind of gave up in the end, you kind of almost gave up, but now you started a new castle, new plans at that time. So what do you think are your long-term goals for your Twitch channel?
Numbers excluded. My biggest goal currently is to hit that 1K followers. And it's once again, it's never about numbers, but there's just something cool when your numbers go from a 3-digit number to a 1 with a
It's a milestone.
Yeah, it's a milestone. And especially like for streaming so long, I'm like, I think we're like at 900 something right now. It's kind of a deal. I'm excited. Like, I'm not wanting to just push for it, but like, I know that I have a really cool community and a really cool fan base, and I know all of those people are here, you know? Yeah. But for a long-term goal, I want to keep doing this. I want to keep creating content, like through TikTok, through Instagram, through Twitch, but I never want to lose sight of where I'm at now. Like, I don't ever want to get to the point where, like, if I were to get partner or whatever, I don't want to have so many people where I'm not reading chat. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I get you there.
Once again, it's not about money, it's not about numbers, it's about the people that I'm meeting. So like, if I ever get to the point where chat is moving so fast and I'm like,
it's crazy.
If I can't like basically connect with the people who are subscribing to me, like, I feel like I'll know I've hit my end. Yeah. As sad as it sounds. Like, so long-term goal, I want to be where I'm at now, maybe a little bit bigger, but not like too big. If I ever get too big, I know I'll have gotten to the place where I need to end.
Yeah, we should never stop doing things what we love, what we're passionate about, because if you stop, then I'm gonna tell you, it's sad, it sucks. You get unmotivated on everything now. How do you plan to continue growing and evolving as a streamer in the future?
Definitely continuing with what I'm doing, but also like changing it up every little bit. Yeah. Something that's unique to me is like I definitely appreciate like relationships, and I talk to my dad almost every day before like I'm driving to work, and he said something to me that was really sweet like a couple months back, and he told me that because he jumps in my streams, his name is Darth Mango, and it's
awesome.
He's always saying something funny. He's like, wow, you're not drinking tonight, great job. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
Oh my god, we love that, Dad.
But he said something really sweet to me a couple months back. He said like, I never do the same stream. He said that I always try to keep it up to date. I'm doing something different every time to keep people coming back. And I guess that's what I strive for, is like, I don't ever want to stay in the exact same place I was a year ago. I want to try maybe, whether it be a new alert, a new type of game, a new reward. Like I remember when we first brought blindfolded streamer, blindfolded somewhere around here, to the chat, where people could redeem having a blindfold, and people love that.
Oh, that kind of.
But it's tiny little things that I feel like by adding it just like pushes the stream forward a little bit more.
Yeah, because you like it's kind of like computer upgrades, but for your content creation. Like
Yes.
that attracts more subscribers, followers, things like that. It attracts more viewers to the stream. So it's kind of like you're upgrading your content to something more better. Kind of like you're building your PC and things like that. But yeah, I love how you keep a positive vibe out of that. It's really nice, actually. Yeah.
I guess the other thing too is something else that basically will help me push myself forward is now that I have these years behind me of experience, I have had many people come up and be like, hey, how did you start streaming? How did you get to where you are today? And honestly, it's very humbling because it's like I have these friends who have seen me as this, but also know me in real life. And they're like, you're the same person.
Yeah.
So I guess another thing to like make that goal is helping people who want to start out. Like I definitely want to make some videos on YouTube or TikTok on how to do streaming, how to get started and whatnot.
Yeah, like I love how you give also Twitch advice, Twitch tips, Twitch advice, how to do this, do that. Because like there's a lot of content creators out there that want to start up YouTube. Like in the pandemic when that happened, like people would search up like how to start a YouTube channel. I know people search that types of things, and I love how you give out those kinds of tips. I love that you do that. It's very humbling and knowledgeable to the new people.
It's one of my favorite parts about Twitch. Like it's not just like one content website where everyone does their own thing. It's like you jump into someone's Twitch stream and you're also a Twitch streamer and you're like, oh my God, I love what you did with XYZ. Do you mind if I like message them later like, hey, are you cool if I like try that out? And they're like, yeah, absolutely, man. Like
inspirations.
And I feel like you're kind of just helping each other build. Like we do dollar jump scares. I definitely borrowed that from one of my friends who actually he doesn't stream anymore, but I feel like that helping each other build up is how and why Twitch is such a great platform.
Yeah, it's you know, like people get the inspirations as well, like that little dollar treat thing that you said, like they got it from you and they asked you if you can use it. It's inspiration. You guys grow together, you know, you guys grow together from that kind of system, and it's very nice and it's pretty awesome. Yeah, but since we're coming into the to the topic of love and support throughout your community and like all of your moderators and things like that, what is something you are thankful for your community?
Definitely getting me through these past couple years. I talked about therapy, but before therapy, it was my community, and it still is. Without getting too much into my personal life, the last several years, especially through COVID, I basically was living by myself.
Yeah.
I had barely any contact or like face-to-face conversations because of COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
I was going through a pretty bad breakup, and
darn.
Killed my mental health because of the people on Twitch, because of the people in my Discord, my friends, my family. I overcame that.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the most difficult moments in my life, was just feeling alone and unwanted. And my people on Twitch would be like, nah, fam, you are an amazing person and we care about you and you are loved. I'm always grateful for how they helped me through these last couple of years.
Yeah, it's very nice how they got your back every problem and struggle that you have. Looks like you're crying. Are you crying?
Oh, no. I'm just emotional. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's all good.
Yeah. Swearing and crying. Oh my God. You guys can put it in this video. It's totally fine.
Oh, yeah. It's just really hot in here. I'm sweating. You know?
Yeah. I have allergies from water. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm allergic to air.
Yeah, I'm allergic to air as well. Yeah. But but this is the last question I'll be asking you for the love and support. What is something that you will cherish between your community, your streaming life, and other things that you that the streaming knows?
It's the relationships I've made. Like I've said before, if I had never done Twitch, I would not have known all of these people. And it's just been so heartwarming to meet new people, to meet someone from Australia, to meet someone from Ireland. Yeah. But it's also like, I hate to say it this way, but like the island of misfit toys from the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. Where like Twitch, I feel like, is just such a powerhouse of people that have been through something in their life. And when people come into your chat and you get to know them and you're like, wow, you have been through something similar to me and I empathize with you.
Yeah.
So I guess the thing I cherish the most is those relationships that I've made through like trauma bonding, but like also having these relationships that are just so cared for and positive, and that basically we help build each other up.
Yeah,
that is very much what
again, streaming for 5 years and then having some rising ups and downfalls. You got a lot of memories to cherish, and that's what you cherish for, and it's actually very beautiful that you've cherished that moment with them. But to be honest with you, getting to know your real backstory, your real life, and what really happens back then to you behind the scenes, off the camera, I'm very grateful that we got to talk to you about what really happened to you and your whole life on continuing to streaming. And I just want to say thank you so much again, Captain, for joining in here, and then everybody got to know your life now.
Thanks for having me, man. I when you reached out, I was like, oh, you don't want to interview me. I'm a nobody. But I was like, hey, your content is always so amazing. I peered through several of your videos. I'm like, this guy is so cool. And then it happened. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I got so much emails from YouTube saying that CaptainStarLord's subscribe. I was like, what? What did I do? I was like, okay, just interview. And then he subscribed to like 3 of my channels. So I was like, oh my god, what did I do? I freaked out.
Support this man.
Thanks. Well, we support each other, you guys. All of the interviews that I do, we support both of us. Yeah, but to be honest with you, I'm very grateful to get to be getting to know your life, since again we haven't really talked that much, and getting to know your life from streaming and content creation, things like that. It's been very amazing, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much again.
I appreciate you too, man.
Yeah, so I'll be putting Captain's links in the description. You guys have to check him out. He has a very funny content creation. It's like that in the description below. We're dancing again. In the beginning of the video, we were dancing to test out the cameras.
And we're not lagging anymore.
Yeah, we weren't lagging anymore. Let's just look back on the video to see. But yeah, that is all. Thank you so much again, Captain, and thank you all for watching. Bye, guys.